students, welcome again into the 12th science chemistry class. Today we have to learn how to calculate the molar mass of solute from the boiling point elevation. We are learning the chapter number 2nd, that is the solutions and qualitative property. Now this is the second qualitative property, that is the elevation in the boiling point of the solution due to the addition of solute, non-volatile and non-electrolyte solute into the solvent. That means the boiling point of the solution increases after addition of the solute into the solvent. The boiling point of the solvent is always lower than the boiling point of the solution. We learned about this very well in the last lecture. Now here these qualitative properties are very useful to calculate the molar mass or molecular weight of the unknown solute, and how we can calculate that, let us learn the formula today, and after that we learn the numericals based on the, that is the formula to calculate the molar mass of the unknown solute. Now molar mass of solute from boiling point elevation. Suppose we always take we prepare a solution by dissolving W2 gram of solute. In the vapor pressure lowering also, we take the W2 gram of the solute to prepare the solution, and this suppose we prepare the solution by dissolving W2 gram of the solute in W1 gram of the solvent. The weight of the solvent or mass of the solvent is W1 gram and the mass of the solute is W2 gram. They are given in the gram. Now moles of solute, that is the how we denote the moles, that is the N2. The moles of the solute N2 we calculate as W2 divided by M2. That is number of moles is equal to mass in gram divided by molar mass of that substance. So the number of moles of solute is calculated as W2 divided by M2. Now here M2 is the molar mass of the solute, and we have to find out this M2 always from the boiling point elevation. Now mass of solvent is W1 gram. Suppose we want to convert this mass of solvent into the which is in the gram, we have to convert it into the kilogram. Then how it is possible? Now see here, W1 gram is equal to W1 gram divided by 1000 grams per kilogram, because 1000 gram is equal to 1 kilogram. We know that. Let us see here, 1000 gram is equal to 1 kilogram. So we have to convert the W1 gram into kilogram. Then how it is possible? Let us learn how we can convert W1 gram into the that is the kilogram. Now see on the blackboard here. So W1 gram is equal to, now cross multiplication, W1 into 1 kilogram is equal to this or this. How many this is converted as, that is the in kilogram, it is equal to W1 divided by 1000. So W1 divided by 1000 per kilogram is the mass of the solvent into the, that is the kilogram. So it is given as here, that is W1 gram is equal to W1 divided by 1000 kilogram, because this gram get cancelled and this W1 divided by 1000 kilogram. Now this is the weight of the solvent in kilogram, W1 divided by 1000 kilogram. Now this W1 gram is converted into W1 divided by 1000 kilogram. Now the molarity, we know the molarity is nothing but the number of moles of the solute divided by weight of the solvent in kilogram. Now number of moles of solute, that is the N2, is given as W2 divided by M2. So moles of solute divided by mass of solvent in kilogram. This is the formula to calculate the molarity. Here also we have to calculate the molality or concentration in molality, because it is temperature independent. But molarity is temperature dependent because its formula formula is number of moles divided by volume of the solution. But this molality, the formula of molality is moles of solute divided by mass of solvent in kilogram. So it is temperature independent. Now if we substitute the value of this number of moles of the solute as W2 divided by M2 and mass of the solvent in kilogram, we calculated it as W1 divided by 1000 kilogram. So W1 divided by 1000 kilogram. Now this becomes, that is W2, now this 1000 goes to the, that is numerator. So 1000, see W2 this W2 is as it is. Now this 1000 goes to the, that is numerator, and divided by this M2 and this W1. Now this formula, that is the molality M is equal to 1000 into W2 divided by M2 into W1. Now the unit, the number of moles are always in mole, and this is the kilogram. So the unit of the molality is moles per kilogram. Now moles per kilogram is the unit of the molality. So M is equal to 1000 into W2 divided by M2 into W1. Substitute this value in the equation. We know this equation, that is delta TB is equal to KB into M. Now in the last lecture we derived this equation of that of the elevation in boiling point. Now elevation in boiling point is given by delta TB, and delta TB is equal to KB into M, because delta TB is directly proportional to molality. So this KB, that is the molar elevation constant, is called as the proportionality constant, or it is also called as the ebuloscopic constant. So this delta TB is equal to KB into M. This equation we learned in the last lecture. So substitute the value of M, molality, this value of M, that is the molality, as 1000 into W2 divided by M2 into W1 in the equation X. Then we obtain delta TB is equal to this KB into 1000 into W2 divided by M2 into W1. Now if we want to calculate elevation in boiling point, then use this formula to calculate the elevation in boiling point. We always use this formula. But if they ask us to calculate, that is the molar mass of the solute M2. Now this molar mass comes here, and delta TB goes to the that is the denominator. So KB into 1000 into W2 divided by delta TB into W1. Now this is the formula to calculate the molecular mass of the solute, and therefore the molar mass of the solute M2 is equal to 1000 KB W2 divided by delta TB W1. So remember student, this formula is very important. 1000 KB divided 1000 KB W2 divided by delta TB W1. Now here this KB is the molar elevation constant, W2 is the mass of the solute, delta TB is the elevation in boiling point, that is the difference between the boiling point of the solvent and solution. That means boiling point of solution minus boiling point of solvent, that is the delta TB, and W1, that is the mass of the solvent. Now in this way we can calculate from this formula, we can calculate the molar mass of the solute. Now let us learn the numericals or solve the numerical based on this formula to calculate the molar mass of the solute, and how we can easily calculate, let us learn now. Now you can, students, take the screenshot of this blackboard writing and write down the notes. Now we are learning the numericals or problems based on calculation of the molar mass of the solute, that is the M2, from the elevation in boiling point of the solution. Now again pay attention students on the blackboard. The numerical based on the molar mass of the solute, that is on the head of numerical based on the, that is elevation in boiling point to calculate the molar mass of the solute. So problem number 2.6 is as the normal boiling point of ethyl acetate. Ethyl acetate is the solvent. Its normal boiling point is given 77.06 degrees centigrade. Normal boiling point means the boiling point of the solvent, your solvent. So here this boiling point of your solvent delta T0B is given and that is 77.06 degree centigrade. A solution of 50 gram of non-volatile solute in 150 gram of ethyl acetate. Now the weight of the non-volatile solute is given as 50 gram. The W2 is equal to 50 gram and weight of the pure solvent, that is ethyl acetate, is given 150 gram. W1 is equal to 150 gram. So students, always write down the given into the problem. Then we can solve the problem more easily after, that is substituting this value into the formula of that is which we have to ask to calculate. Now after addition of the 50 gram of the solute into the 150 gram of the ethyl acetate, it boils at the 84.27 degrees centigrade. Its normal boiling point is less, but after addition of the solute, the boiling point increases, that is the TB 84.27 degrees centigrade. This TB is given 84.27 degree centigrade. From these two temperatures, we can calculate that is the elevation in boiling point on subtracting this T0B from TB. So 84.27 degree centigrade minus 77.0 degree centigrade is equal to 7.21 degree centigrade. But as students, these are the difference in temperature. So the difference in temperature and difference in temperature in degree centigrade and difference in temperature in the Kelvin are always equal. So we can say that this 7.21 degree centigrade, which is the difference in the degree centigrade, is equal to that is the Kelvin. So 7.21 degree centigrade is equal to 7.21 Kelvin. If you convert this degree centigrade temperature into Kelvin and then subtract, the value is same, that is the 7.21 Kelvin. So do not convert the temperatures in Kelvin and then subtract. You can directly subtract these temperatures and the answer is obtained in degree centigrade, that is same in Kelvin also. So the delta TB is equal to 7.21 Kelvin. Now what is again given? Evaluate the molar mass of the solute. They asked to calculate the molar mass M2 of the solute. If Kb for ethyl acetate is given 2.77 degree centigrade kilogram per mole. Now we know that the unit of the molar elevation constant or ebuloscopic constant is kilogram per degree kilogram per mole, or it is same, that is the Kelvin kilogram per mole. We know the Kelvin kilogram per mole, but degree and Kelvin are the same. So you can take here Kelvin kilogram per mole. So I take here the value of Kb as, that is 2.77 degree centigrade Kelvin per mole, that is equal to 2.77 degree centigrade kilogram per mole, that is equal to 2.77 Kelvin kilogram per mole, because our, that is the elevation in boiling point, will be taken into the Kelvin. So convert this by just writing this degree centigrade, replacing by the Kelvin. So all the values are known, and we also know the formula to calculate the molar mass of the solute from that of the elevation in boiling point. So just substitute all these values. So M2 is equal to 1000 kb W2 divided by delta TB W1. So write down here 1000. The value of Kb is 2.77 into 50, that is the weight of the solute, into divided by 2.71, that is the value of that of the delta TB, and this is the value 150 of W1. So after calculation, you will get the value M2 is equal to 128 gram per mole. Now this unit, how this unit is obtained? By substituting all the units. See here, now this M2 is equal to 1000 kilogram. We know that is the kilogram per mole. Sorry, mole per kilogram. Now we calculate this, the unit, that is the molarity. So moles per kilogram into 2.77. Now that is the 2.77 is into the Kelvin, kilogram per mole. The unit is of that. And again, that is the 50 gram is there. This is 50 gram divided by 7.21. That is the difference in temperature. So it is Kelvin and 150 gram. Now after cancelling the similar, that is the units. So this gram and gram get cancelled. Now here is the mole, here is the per mole is given there. Again the kilogram gets cancelled. This Kelvin you can here cancel. Now what is that is remaining here? Only that of the gram per kilogram. Sorry, here not. This is the gram per kilogram, not mole here. This is gram per kilogram is there, and this gram is remaining, and that of the per mole is also there. The unit per mole is remains as it is because it is not get cancelled and the other things get cancelled. So this per mole remains as it is. And so the unit of the molar mass we obtain here gram per mole. Now see here this per kilogram and this kilogram get cancelled. Gram also get cancelled. Kelvin also get cancelled. And only the remaining is the grams per mole. So in this way students we can calculate, that is, now see here how I disregard the units and the unit of the molar mass you obtain is equal to gram per mole. Now in this way you can substitute the units also during calculation of the numerical, so that after cancelling the similar units you obtain the unit of the asked quantity. Now let us learn the another numerical based on the calculation of molar mass from that of the boiling point elevation. You can take the screenshot of this numerical and notes down into the notebook, so as you can easily practice this example. And such type of examples are always asked into the board examination as well as into the JEE CET. These are very important problems. So let us learn the another second problem, 2.7. Now see student, this is the second problem based on the, that is, elevation in boiling point. But this is somewhat different. Here we have to calculate, that is, the molar mass first of that of the solute, and from the molar mass we have to calculate the number of molecules present into that molar mass of the solute, and after that we have to, that is, determine the molecular formula of the solute. Now this is very important problem. Such a type of problems are definitely asked into the examination. So let us read the problem. Now what is the numerical? Problem number 2.7. 3.795 gram of sulfur is dissolved in 100 gram of carbon disulfide, CS2. Carbon disulfide is the solvent, and 3.795 gram of solute, that is sulfur is the solute, which dissolved into the 100 gram of the solvent carbon disulfide. Now this solution boils at 390.81 Kelvin. That is the boiling point of the solution is given, which is 19.81 Kelvin. What is the molecular formula of sulfur? They ask us to calculate the molecular formula of the solute. So we have to first calculate the molecular weight, that is the molar mass of solute M2, and then we calculate the molecular formula of that of the sulfur. After calculation, the number of, that is moles, and that is the into that how many atoms of sulfur are present into the molecular formula of sulfur molecule. So what is the molecular formula of sulfur in solution? The boiling point of solvent is given, that is 319.85 Kelvin. Now as we know that solution boils somewhat at higher temperature than that of the pure solvent. The boiling point of solvent, that is the carbon disulfide, is given 390.45 Kelvin. Now in this way we can calculate the delta TB, that is the elevation in boiling point, by subtracting the boiling point of solution, boiling point of pure solvent from that of the boiling point of solution. So boiling point of solution is 319.81 minus 319.45, and that is 0.36 Kelvin, that is the delta T. Again they have given us the Kp, that is the molar elevation constant, hygroscopic constant value 2.42 Kelvin kilogram per mole. They also given us the atomic mass of sulfur, that is the 32 that is units. Now this is the atomic mass of the sulfur, and again they have given us, that is the weight of the solvent W1 100 gram and weight of the solute W2 3.795 gram. Now by just substituting all these values in this formula of calculation, the molar mass of the solute, that is M2 is equal to 1000 Kb into W2 divided by delta Tb into W1. So substitute all these values in units so as to calculate, so you determine the unit of the molar mass. Now see here, this 1000 gram per kilogram, we know that into 2.42 Kelvin kilogram per mole into 3.795 gram divided by this Kb, this is the delta Tb 0.36 Kelvin, and this is the weight of the solvent 100 gram. Now you can just disregard the common units, and in this way this kilogram and this per kilogram get cancelled, this gram and this gram also get cancelled, and with this Kelvin get cancelled. What is remaining, that is the this gram and this, that is per mole, these units are remaining. So after calculation of this, you can calculate this with the help of the logarithmic table. You can see all the logs of these values and addition of the logs, and then by addition of the log of these two values, and then by subtracting this, that is the addition of the log of 0.36 and 100 from the addition of the log, and you can take the antilog, so that this, that is molecular weight of the solute, the value is 2.55 gram per mole. Now the atomic mass of the sulfur is given, that is the 32 atom. So we can calculate the number of atoms present into the one molecule of that of the sulfur. Now this is the value, that is the 2.55.10 is there. 0.10 is remaining here. 2.55.10 gram per mole is the value of the molecular weight of the solute. Then how we can calculate, that is the molecular formula. Let us see here. Now the number of atoms of sulfur in one molecule is calculated as, we have to calculate the number of atoms to determine the molecular formula of sulfur. So the how many atoms are present in one molecule is calculated as number of atoms of sulfur in one molecule is equal to molar mass of sulfur, that we calculated here 255.10, not point is here, 255.10 gram per mole, that is the molecular weight of the solute, divided by this atomic weight, that is the 32. Now this gram get cancelled. What is remaining per mole? Now the value after dividation 7.92, but the atoms are always into the, that is the integer number, so it is nearly equal to 8 mole. Per mole means in one molecule there are the 8, that is the atoms are present, and therefore the molecular formula of the sulfur is S8. Now this is the molecular formula which is present in this CH2. Now therefore this molecular formula of the sulfur is there, which is the solute present in the carbon disulfide. So this is the molecular formula. S8 is the molecular formula of the solute, that is the sulfur. So in this way, student, you can calculate, that is the molecular formula of any of the solute, and this is the value of the molecular weight, that is the molar mass of the solute, 255.10. That is not 2.55, it is 255.10. And you can take, that is the screenshot of this numerical, so as you can easily practice the such type of numerical. So students, if you understand this video of calculation of the molar mass of the solute from that of the elevation of boiling points, and how that is there is the derivation of the formula M2 is equal to 1000 kb W2 divided by divided by delta TB into W1, and how we can solve the numericals, then you like, subscribe and share this video to the other students of the 12th science, so as they can get benefit from this video and they can solve their numericals very confidently into the examination and also into the entrance examination. So thank you for watching this video, and let us meet